The private lives of the Kim dynasty are among the most guarded secrets on Earth. For years, the international community had no concrete evidence that an heir even existed. That silence broke in 2013 during a bizarre interview with former basketball star Dennis Rodman. After returning from a private trip to North Korea, Rodman casually mentioned holding Kim Jong-un's baby daughter, Jue. Despite that leak, she remained invisible for nearly a decade. In a system where the leader's power depends on an image of solitary omnipotence, a hidden family is standard operating procedure. Sharing the spotlight is a calculated risk that threatens to humanize a figure the state portrays as a god. Everything changed in November 2022. State media released images of Kim Jong-un holding hands with his daughter at the launch site of a Hwasong-17, one of the largest intercontinental ballistic missiles in the world. Much of the global press focused on the optics of the paternal dictator, treating the viral footage as an attempt to soften his international image. However, in a regime that scripts every frame of its broadcasts, placing a child next to a weapon of mass destruction is a specific political directive. This chart shows the frequency of Jue's public appearances following her debut. The data reveals a sharp upward trend, with more than half of her outings occurring at major military events. The staging of a February 2023 military banquet provides the most striking evidence of her rising status. In a break from tradition, Kim Jong-un was moved to the side of the table. His daughter occupied the center seat, flanked by the highest-ranking, most decorated generals of the North Korean armed forces. This arrangement visually commands the military elite to afford a child the same level of deference usually reserved for the supreme leader himself. The regime is also utilizing specific wardrobe cues to signal her future role, most notably a shift toward formal, representative attire. She has frequently appeared in a black leather trench coat, a material that serves as a rigid status symbol in North Korea. Outside of the military, it is worn almost exclusively by the inner circle of the ruling elite. State TV has also broadcast footage of her riding a white horse, an animal central to the Kim dynasty's foundational mythology and a symbol of their Mount Paektu bloodline. By layering these military icons and dynastic symbols onto a child, the state is actively branding her with the visual markers of absolute authority. The urgency of this campaign is likely driven by the physical vulnerabilities of the current leader. Intelligence reports describe a 42-year-old man with a history of heavy smoking and cardiovascular issues, the same conditions that led to the deaths of both his father and grandfather. His own rise to power in 2011 was a moment of extreme instability. He was thrust into leadership after his father's sudden death, with only a year of public preparation. To secure his position, he had to spend years purging rivals and asserting dominance over a skeptical military elite. With his family's medical history and his own difficult transition in mind, establishing a successor now is a tactical necessity to prevent a future power vacuum. There is a significant hurdle to this transition. North Korea remains a deeply patriarchal society where women are systematically excluded from the highest levels of government. Kim Jong-un has already begun shifting this dynamic by elevating his sister, Kim Yo-jong. As a high-ranking director in the propaganda department, she has become the most powerful female figure in the country's history. But the rules of the dynasty are specific. The Paektu bloodline is traditionally passed down through direct offspring. In the regime's logic, direct descent is more important than gender. The vertical path from father to daughter takes precedence over the lateral path to the sister. This creates a unique technical problem for the dynasty. North Korean children inherit their father's surname, meaning Jue's future children would not technically be Kim's. Yet, as a figure with absolute power, Kim Jong-un has the authority to rewrite the rules of succession and tradition at will. The images being broadcast today document the real-time construction of a future ruler, one who is being prepared to inherit a nuclear arsenal before she is old enough to drive.